Okay, I think we're all set up. Okay, turn this a little bit more. Too many cameras. Mute everybody. All right, attention, help! Bow, help! And next exercises, hand behind the back, hand front rear, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, help! Leading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, help! Circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, help! And knee circles starting to the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, help! And slow knee bends. And 1. And stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And arm circles starting in front, nice and small. A little bit bigger, a little bit slower. And full range of motion. And smaller. And really small. And to the back. And a little bit bigger. And full range of motion. And smaller. And really small. Good. Hands out front, stretching. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Help! And side stretch, left first. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And knee raises. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Help! And a little bit wider stance. And trunk bending, front rear. And 1, 2, and stretch. And 3, 4, stretch the back. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3. Help! And twisting. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, out. And sweeping push-ups. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, and up. And stretching, left foot across the chest, pulling in. And switch. And behind the back, pulling across. Switch. And grab the elbow, point straight back. Switch. And up center of the back. Good. And knee bends. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Help! Nice. And those heel raises. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Help! Good. Shake them out. And left foot over the right, stretching down. Switch. and side by side. Good, and another set of knee bends, feet out to the side, hands on the hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, and hold it. Aaliyah, you need to be going quite a bit lower and keep up with the count. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out! Yeah, if you have extra weight, you can grab your kids and extra weight and use them. And heel raises. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out! Good, and shake them out. And grabbing the left foot, stretching up. Switch. Good, and worked on that side split. And turning to the left. And back to the center. And try and push out a little bit more. And to the right. And back to center. And keep your feet pointed straight to the front. And walk your feet around and reach to the left. And walk around to the right. And try and push down a little bit farther. And a little bit farther. And one more time. And one last time. and walk them up. Okay. Sure. How do we do that? Okay, so we're going to work on some hand techniques. So just kind of warming up and also always working on that reverse punch, really driving off that back leg. Really the kind of the fundamental building block of all of our hand techniques is either going to be this L stance and really staying in the L stance well, or moving all the way to a forward stance, getting that hip around and pushing with that back hip as you go and you punch or as you strike. So in the L stance, really think about keeping the shoulders to the side. If I was to do a jab, I would want the power to go straight through my shoulders. I wouldn't want to be here and jab, because then it's at a 45 and it'll push right back around. So as much as you can, pretty much straight through the shoulders, like the jab, or when we do this ridge hand and the knife hand, again, trying to transfer that energy back into your shoulders, into your chest, and your back, instead of right into your shoulder, with it being turned like a 45-degree angle to the person you're attacking. Okay, so we're going to do 5 stance, left foot forward. Help! So from here, really just working on that pivot and getting that hip to push around as we do our reverse punch. So here, reverse punch. Popping that foot around right as you punch. Okay, about 10-15, switch feet. Upper rank, really working on speed, so not really an effective punch. Really thinking about here, and then back, and back. You can take a minute to pause and recoup, but fast punch, fast recovery for upper rank. Make sure you get that foot around, Chandler. So right now, the foot is here, and it's kind of staying here as you punch. You want to turn that foot around, you'll feel that hip rotate around and push into the punch. And then make sure the heel is on the ground. Sarah, make sure that back leg is locked when you hit. So when you're doing the punch, here, that back leg is still pretty bent, and that means that you're not getting that hip around and locking that hip in. So think about here, nice and tight. It's better, it still needs the lock. So it's still, yeah, lock that. Because it's still hitting here, and this is still pretty bent, which means it's not getting pushed around. Nice, Patricia. So maybe not quite so high, a little bit lower. So the higher, if you're here, it's really hard to get a lot of power. If I'm here, I pull in kind of my back muscles into that punch, and I can punch a lot more powerful to the solar plexus than I can to the shoulders. If I'm punching to the head, then I'm using that upward push of my leg to drive into the head, so you change the angle. But straight doesn't quite have as much power, so pull that kind of right down into the solar plexus, pulls it around into the back. Make sure you switch feet if you haven't already. So Johnny here is kind of doing this, where it's turning over too soon instead of here, right at the end. Okay, Chuck, so think about here. This is out a little bit, so it would be going this way. So pull this around just a little bit more. And then think about from here, especially since we have the camera, it kind of gives us a little bit of a visual if you can see your own camera. If not, record yourself and then do it. But really thinking about here, as I'm moving, I don't want anything to tell them that I'm going to attack. Right now you're doing where you're moving this front guard before you do anything. Yeah, you're kind of like, and then that front guard is actually telling them, okay, I'm going to do something, instead of here, here. And so that guard stays there, pulls back. So that this is still out there until I hit. But then think about this doesn't really even move until right at the end, as soon as I've turned over. Okay? Nice, a lot better. Yeah, and back to the hip, nice and tight, pulling that in. Nice. Good, yeah. Almost like you're driving this into the person, and then they just change instead of thinking about like here and then doing my step punch here. It's just like I switch this for this. So Terry, think about here. So physics, there's some taekwondo that does sine wave. And like physics, if you take physics, if you get more energy in a straight line, and you get all of your energy into that line, it's going to come straight into the person. Right now, you're here. It's this very bouncy, and so what I want is like this freight train right through here, where I'm pushing in, instead of here and dropping in and up and down, because then all my force goes here and then down here onto the floor instead of here right through them. Nice, that's better, yeah. And then straight back, same way here, and then keeping everything tight and low, back. So you keep all that weight on the feet. Nice, Deline. A little bit more step forward so that you're transferring that power. Right now it's just whipping it around. Really think about transfer. So Aaliyah, you need to think about here, straight line to the target. And then that doesn't really do anything. It's like here, really pushing in and hitting. Because then when you need it, you'll be able to use it. If you train that where it's hard, instead of just like trying to pet them, punch them. Go. Nice, a lot better. Turn that back hip. Yeah, so all that power is coming from there. Nice, Chandler. Excellent. Well, ho ho, we may have a guest appearance here. We have a special guest tonight, maybe. Looks like Mr. Velasquez is trying to get on. Well, ho, yep. Guest appearance. Okay. So, left foot forward, fighting stance. Ho! So, next one we're going to do is a knife hand strike. So, really focusing on striking right here with the knife hand. The position of the hand is that you want these knuckles and the wrist to come in line as much as you can. And you want, if I bend my fingers at the knuckle here, it concaves my hand, kind of makes it squishy. If I put these in line as much as I can, you almost end up pulling like the two here down to drop these, because normally your hand has a little bit of a curve to it already. So what I'm trying to do is line up as much as I can this knuckle and this knuckle in a straight line. If you just bend them back really sharp, it'll give you that. It's not quite as effective as if you can bend these and pull almost your knuckles back into yourself. So work with that. When I started out, I just did this and didn't even worry about it, because this will give you a good knife hand and you'll still be striking hard enough with this. As you go, try and play around with your hand position, but you really want this finger and this finger to be pretty straight and pretty tight, so that you're pulling everything in here. So it's a little bit different than if you're doing a spear hand where you're trying to line all of these up. But really almost thinking about like these two knuckles, you're pushing back. Because if you look at my knuckles here, 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 I'm trying to pull these knuckles back, pull this one forward, and in line as much as I can to create that striking surface. Okay, so we're going to do knife hand. So, your form Yando-san. So most of you are doing Dosan this quarter for your next form. So at the end of the form, you end up here and you do this knife hand riding stance. Knife hand riding stance. So we're going to do that, and then we'll later after the break we'll incorporate the knife hand into a move. So for now, all we're going to do is just like we would for a low block. So guard is here. We're going to wrap this one palm down across the chest, this one palm to the ear, and strike. So trying to keep in line with your chest. If you turn over, now you're transferring that right back into your rotator instead of your chest. I can strike like this, and then it transfers this way into my shoulders. But in an L stance, I want it to transfer straight back into my chest. So here, strike. So pretty much horizontal coming in. You need to be striking to the side of the head. Right to the ear works really good. To the jugular, to the collarbone maybe a little bit, depending on their body position. But here. Okay, so go ahead, 10 or 15, change feet. So Johnny, think about here. I'm using all my chest, just like I'd pull something here, I would push it here. So really tighten that chest up. Right now, like I can even tell on the video, it's just the arm here. So think about here, and then right at the end. Boom, where you're tight. Boom. Hit so that you're pulling into that. Good? And then it's almost like you're waiting, turn over. Nice job, Chandler. Yep. Yeah, right with that ridge. So make sure your thumb is nice and tight. You want it right up against your hand, but you want the tip of the thumb to pull in. So the idea is that I'm flexing my thumb out to gain as much strength in the palm as I can, and then I'm tucking that thumb in and I'm pulling it back as much as I can to get as much rigidity in this part of the hand. So nice and tight. Nice, Patricia. Think about right now you're here, and then you're kind of, and so you're almost hitting where your power is out here, instead of thinking about the power is from here to here. Like that's where you really want your speed to pick up, is right in through here, so that you're training that snap. So same thing, Johnny, as Patricia. You're kind of here, and then and it's almost slowing down as it gets within that last foot. So here, and then think about speed it up right there at the end. And then you just put it together, all together. Full extension. Nice job, Laura. And Natasha, if you want to use Michael to hit for a target, feel free to use him as a target. So need to extend more, Chuck. You're getting about here. And then this will just blow your elbow out here. So this is straight, or almost straight. But if you're here, then it's transferred right back into that elbow. The idea is that you want it to hit and come back into the chest. So there's like a slight bend to it, because you don't want to hyperextend, but don't keep it back here. Better. Nice, Terry. Okay, and left foot forward. Out. So here, like it works good. It's like basically like a jab or back fist. It's more of like a lead arm technique and not as powerful. So the next one is going to be a downward striking knife hand. So using the same part of the hand and the same idea of keeping that hand as tight as you can, thumb tight, and the fingers pulled kind of in or fingers out, but getting those knuckles, trying to get those in line. And here, instead of wrapping this way and striking this way, we're striking across the body here. So usually with this one, we're going to do like a backhand strike and then come to a forward stance when we do the strike. But on this one, we'll just do an L stance, same thing. And we're going to wrap up just like we would for our low second and third three-step sparring moves here and here. Basically the same thing. This one's going to be tickling the air and then strike down. So here, strike down. As you come back, you're coming back in line again, trying to transfer that energy back into your chest here. If you do it in forward stance, then you would keep good forward stance and you'd be transferring the energy back down this way into your chest here. Okay, so we'll just do the front arm, knife hand, striking down, And this one really is like striking down to the collarbone. Is really effective, or right here into the nerve. Okay, about 10, then switch. Nice lower, and then pull to the hip. So here, pull to the hip. Good. So Johnny, not here, where you're striking this way, but here. It's better. A little bit higher, because you want to strike right at the shoulder collarbone, not so much down here. Good. So think Natasha like here. Boom. So a lot like you're swinging an axe, chopping down. Good. Nice, Chuck. Nice, Terry. Really think about here, and like you're almost pulling that down and in. Try to engage the whole body instead of just the arm. So same thing, Delene. Think about that whole body here instead of just like here, and no core is really engaged. So here, and it's like a slight drop as you hit, striking down. Yeah, and that target's right in front of you here. Nice, Patricia. Yeah, Chandler, so here and then slight bend. Yeah. Keep that L stance though, don't drop forward. So here. Okay, make sure you switch hands if you haven't already. Nice, Laura. Other hand back to the hip, Aaliyah. And then Johnny, it's almost like you're arching your back as you go, and you want to really pull that core in as you're hitting with that one, because you're pulling this down. And so you're pulling your core into that hit here. Instead of trying to arch, it's almost like you're trying to like stay super tight and straight. Here, pull. Better? Yeah, really tighten that out. Okay, and left foot forward. Help! So from here, we're going to do that ridge hand. So with the ridge hand, again, you're trying to line up these knuckles and then hitting with the ridge of the hand right here. You don't want to hit right on the thumb. You pop your thumb out of joint pretty easily. And you don't want to hit right on the knuckle of the hand either, or on the finger, break your finger. So right here, right on the ridge, striking there. The thumb you want tucked under as much as you can, and you try and tighten it, but it's hard to really get it that tight. And so mostly you're just focused on that top part of the hand, striking right in there. Okay, so you can do a front hand here as more of like a jab again. We're going to do a rear hand just because it's a lot easier to do the rear hand starting out. So from here, this is going to be our wrap. And I'm just going to come straight from here to a forward stance, turn over. So you notice that it doesn't come here and across. It comes here and then through to the other side of their head. So I don't really need to swing it as if I was coming here. You'll see a lot of kung fu, and they do kind of like wah wah. You can do that, but especially from here, I really need to be pretty quick right into the strike. So here, we're stepping to a forward stance, ridge hand. Okay, about 10-15, switch. Nice job, Chandler. Lock that back leg when you hit your forward stance. So Patricia, weight on your forward stance a little bit more to get those hips in there. So think about here and then here so that you're taking advantage of that hip coming around, almost as if you're actually hitting somebody with your hip. So here, especially on this one, because you've got to get that power off of this from the hip. So same thing, Johnny. You're just coming in and you're here, and there's no hip. So think about this hip, boom. Here, it all comes from the hip. So even if you have to go through it slow, do the step, then here. Nope, keep the hip over. Yep, so if you step out, keep your hip and your shoulder pointed right at the target. And then, here. Nice, Laura. Hand to the hip. Nice and tight. Yeah, there you go. And then lock that back leg as you hit your forward stance. Really think about that push off of that back leg. Nice, Chuck. Yeah, good job keeping that guard there and then going into it. That's good. Nice, Terry. So to lean, don't go too far. So right now the shoulder should be pointed at your opponent. When you strike, you want to be like right into his head. if I come here and I turn too far, now I'm again endangering that shoulder of getting knocked out of its socket, but it also opens me up for getting punched or getting grabbed, and I lose all my power. So think about here, here, right here. Because all I need to do is go, boom, 6-8 inches right through his head. Plenty of power. Okay, and switch feet if you haven't already. Nice, Chandler. Think about here, you're almost stepping off to the side. Think about stepping that, like you're pushing your weight forward. So this is coming straight at you. Yep, and then turn that back hip. Keep turning it. There you go. And then lock that back leg. There you go. And then it's like almost you're sitting back. You almost sit down onto this leg. You're pushing back into that leg up against the floor so that now the floor is hitting that person through your hand or your punch. It's really tight here. Let's see yours, Patricia. So you need to come through them a little bit more. So you're almost out too far this way to where you're coming in. And then as soon as you get to here, it's just like that crescent kick where you're really pulling like your chest. Crescent kick, you'd come here and pull with your hip here and really focus on like pulling with the chest in the back so that you're ending right into their head. You don't want to be out here. It's not like a strike here, it's like a strike this way. It's better? Nice, yeah. So really using that hip, Johnny. Like all that power, if you need to slow it down, to get that, because like even with your punch, the same thing, all that power is going to come from that hip. So what you almost do is like really stretch around, get this shoulder right towards the target. And then here and out. Step out, here, so you're keeping this back, and then pop. So it all pops around right at the end. Here, here, out. And then just put it together so that you're here. A little bit better? Yep. Yep, really think about with that hip. Shoulder. Boom. Pop it right over. So let's see yours, Aaliyah. Okay, so you need to lock your stance. So here you're just kind of floating. So really here, and really think about locking off this back leg. And then nice, powerful strike. Not just like hitting them, but nice and powerful. Hit them like it'll hurt. slow. More. Good. Block the stance though. So here, push with that leg, hit. Nice job, Patricia. Michael, think about the hand on the hip comes palm up, so it helps pull your shoulder, your chest around. So when you're here, palm up. Yeah, and then nice and pretty much square, like you have a little bit of an angle. You want a little bit of an angle, but for the most part, you're going to keep a square chest instead of reaching. Nice. And then thumb nice and tucked, hitting with the ridge. Nice, Chuck. Make sure you're coming back, palm up, Chuck, really pulling that in and around. And again, Terry, think about less bounce when you're going into that. You're kind of like bounce, bounce. Think about more drive. Nice, yeah. Good. Okay, and ready stance. Help! So, like especially that ridge hand, if you want to practice it and really like get a feel for how am I hitting, where am I hitting, you just put your hand out here, then you're just striking into the hand. And you're working on that. The knife hand isn't as easy because you have to do like a knife hand this way and then turn it over, but you can do it here too. I'm really working on that knife hand. But like that'll give you an idea of hitting and help kind of condition the hand a little bit. So just some different ways, and like realistically, like if I was fighting whatever, we come in and I can sneak my hand in behind this guy's head, and then it turns out to be a really good technique because then you're just like pulling both your hands together, or even here. So it's a good technique for that too, thinking about trapping, hitting the head. So let's take a real quick break, and then we'll come back for some cardio. Everybody can say hi to Mr. Velasquez. So how's the connection up there? It seems like your internet's pretty slow. Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's much better this evening.
Nice.
See everybody real clearly, and it's good. Good job, everyone. You're on mute. It's good to see everybody. I've not met Chandler, I don't believe. Chandler's new, isn't he?
Yep, Chandler's the new guy. And then we have Natasha's brother, Michael. So he's new too. He might come back.
Hi. They switched me to what?
How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing all right. They switched me to a telecommuter, so I'm back in Washington permanently.
You're back where?
In Washington, I'm working from home now.
I think that's good news. It sounds like it's good news, hopefully. So good.
Oh, mostly. I'll tell you all about it when I see you next.
We'll get through this, and I really want to give a shout out to Mr. Newkirk on this. He has definitely demonstrated endeavor, and going above and beyond. I think most instructors would have not done this. So
It's a lot of work.
You don't realize it already, students. He has really committed to this, and to this school, and to you, and so it's much appreciated. And I respect you so much for that. It's not easy to do what you're doing. So good job.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah.
Patricia's giving the silent applause.
Kind of quiet. Unlike me, but for now, I'm going to go back on mute and talk to each other soon.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'll go and mute it. The connection's better when I do.
Yep. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get back to it. Uh-oh, Terry has my son's dog. He's like, I want one, I want one. It's like that exact same looking dog, yep. Have any puppies? Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll do some cardio and then some, again, some balance training. Really trying to develop more balance this quarter since we have a little bit more time without the sparring. So go ahead and hit the cardio and then get into some sparring techniques or some techniques used in sparring. So we'll just start off with our normal jumping jacks and just front and back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Help! And step out lunges, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And going down into plank and doing those mountain climbers. So we're here in plank and then just up, change speed as you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. And up. And kicking stance. Out! And swing the leg up, kicking. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out! Out! And switch. Out! And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out! Out! And just doing those jump squats, so squat and jump, really try and push off with your toes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out! And some those high knees just here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and hold. And down, and switch. And 1, 2, try and drive it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Hold it high, hold it high. And down. And working on those side squats, or side lunges. So out and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then side swings the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Good. So doing those balance kicks. So we're going to do straight kick to the front, keep the leg up, pull in, side kick, straight kick, side kick, straight kick, side kick, straight kick, side kick, and straight kick. Go. So straight kick ahead, and side kick. Straight kick ahead, and side kick. Keep the leg up the whole time. Straight kick ahead, and side kick. Straight kick ahead, side kick, and straight kick. And switch. Straight kick, side kick, straight kick, side kick, straight kick, side kick, straight kick, side kick, straight kick. Good, and down. Good, and left foot over the right, stretching down. And switch. Side by side. And going down into downward dog. and feet out, and pushing on the knees, stretching out. Your feet should be angled just a little bit out, really stretching on like the groin. Good, and grabbing the left foot, stretching up. And switch. Good. Okay, so working some techniques that incorporate the hands that we were just working on. So we've done, like guy comes in with a hook punch, boom, and we've done some different variations on that. So working on that, just different technique. So from here, this guard here is just going to go out and block. So this guy's hook punch is coming in this way, and all I'm doing is going out and blocking. So here, boom. Just turning that over, depending on how far he's hooking, is how far you're going to have to block out. But the idea is that it's right here. And then from here, usually when they're hooking, they're kind of leaning. They're usually not really too upright and in close usually. So this one, a little bit farther away, and they're kind of leaning in, and they're hooking this in. So they're far enough away that we can just from here do a rear leg straight kick. After our rear leg straight kick, boom, you're thinking about a boxer, and I'm coming in, and I'm going to hook, or I'm going to hook, punch. So I'm always doing something with this other one. So just because I hit him doesn't mean he's not still coming around for that other punch. So we're thinking that punch is coming straight in. So he hooks, boom, and then he's coming in with a punch to the midsection. So we block the hook punch, we kick him, our guard should be up for this other one. We kick him and he's punching now to here to the chin, either one. So all we're going to do is turn over as we step into our L stance. So here, kick, boom, block that. Now this other hand is going to grab, and then we're going to do that knife hand, like a horizontal knife hand. And the idea is that you're coming in, you're pushing up against his neck here as you're pulling his hand. So you're pulling the arm and pushing back into the neck. And it should be at the same time, boom. Because then from there, you can trap that arm, break the elbow, control whatever it is. But this has to come up to block that second punch. So we're training this, and then we're training here to be able to come in. So really working almost like a boxer would, because you're front on here in this straight kick. So really working those abs, blocking, blocking, blocking here with your forearms. So block out, rear leg straight kick. Guard goes up, he comes in to punch, block, other hand comes to grab, and knife hand. Yeah, right in here. So you're pulling and striking. And two, block, rear leg straight kick, block, we're going to grab, and strike. Make sure the other one comes back to the hip, because you're wanting to pull his hand down to that hip as you come and strike to the neck. Okay? So just at your own speed, go ahead. So here, block, kick. Nice, Terry. Yeah. Nice. Nice, Colleen. Yeah, and Chandler, think about that's at the same time. So I'd be grabbing him and pulling him and striking him so that as his hand comes in, I'm hitting actually and stretching him out as I hit the neck. So it'll end up like here, that you're just like right up into the neck. Same time. Let's see it, Patricia. Nice. Yep. Yeah, and this one is going to come more like a push because you're stretching them out and digging into here. You can chop too, and you'd be just hitting right into the throat. But especially because you're grabbing, it's going to work really good to push them so that you're stretching right in, cutting right into that jugular right there. Nice job, Sarah. Really thinking about using the body as you go for that block. So the first one here, boom, and really using that body, pulling the abs around to get the block instead of thinking about just the arm. Pull the abs in, and then you're grabbing, striking. Nice. Yeah, good. And if you haven't yet, switch feet. So Johnny, think about, don't give this up. So from here, boom, and you're almost turning over too far when you do your kick. So think about here, boom, and then you're pulling that over as you're stepping down and in, and it's all one movement instead of I kick and I turn and then I step. Should all be together. Boom, I kick. Yeah, and think about just right on. Don't turn too far, just right here. I just need to block that. His arm would come off of my arm here, so I'm just going to grab right here. Strike. Yeah. Let's see yours, Leah. Nice. So you need to, that straight kick here, kick him so that you're coming through, not just like, hi-ya, I'm going to kick you. You have to actually like, boom, break his rib, boom, so that you can come through and in. Because if you don't kick them hard enough, they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep coming with that punch, and another punch, and another punch. Nice, Laura. Nice, Chuck. So think about a little bit farther out. And like, depending on where they are, how their hands are, this can come to the solar plexus, it can come back. It's just gonna kind of situationally depends on where you grab it. Do you grab them here? Did you grab them here? Did you end up grabbing them here? So either here or here, same one. Nice, Terry. So Terry, think about keeping the, it's like if I'm here, when I do that straight kick, don't push this guard down unless you have to, but really they should be punching here, here. So if I'm here and they're punching right here, I just move that over. and I keep it up, and then I go right into my strike. Whereas if I move it down, now I've opened all this up, and I moved his hand, because I was blocking it, I moved it right down into my groin, and it's harder to grab. So all I want is right here, grabbing that hand and then striking. Nice. It's a little bit better. Yep, still keep it just like right here. Nice, Deline. Okay, so right, okay, so next one, we're going to do a rear leg roundhouse for the offense. So really thinking about they're coming in here, boom, they're doing a rear leg roundhouse. If you're in a closed stance like you normally would be in, think about that roundhouse is coming around to your back, or to the back of the side of the head. So they're here, they're swinging that roundhouse in, coming in here. So I could either block it with a low block, or I could block it here with an outer block. But it's really hard to do in this stance, for one. But for two, it doesn't really give me a whole lot of advantage. So the idea is that I'm going to attack at the same time as they're coming in. So they come in with their roundhouse. I'm going to step forward into like kind of a riding stance almost. Might not be quite as turned over as a riding stance, like in a 45, but not straight on like an L stance. You can do straight on like an L stance, it just won't have as much power. So from here, they're coming in, we're going to step in and block with this one, and we're going to do an uppercut with this one. So the idea is that they're coming in here. If they come in here, this should be open for an uppercut, or to the groin should be open, or if you can come past and through the guard up to the chin. So here, uppercut. This one just stays right there because his kick should be right there. So pretty much this one doesn't move. It just stays here, and then uppercut right into their body. If you like look at forms, we do like this one. It's kind of the same thing here that you're almost looking at, or we do like this here in Lincoln, and instead of a high block, you're just doing a middle block. So this is the uppercut, and then this is the block. So here, uppercut, and then from here, we're going to do a chopping knife hand. Okay? So uppercut, boom. This should get them down, and then right to the back of the head, knife hand. You can go this way too, whichever way they open up. So here. Okay? Go. Either way, Patricia, I would do here, and then here, because of the way your body's turned for the uppercut. If you do here, you probably want to be in a forward stance. But I could do here, and then come down this way and hit. But for this one, because of the body position, you're going to have a lot more power to come this way. So here, striking down. Yeah. Just keep that guard up, Sarah. striking down. Yeah, so here, guard stays here. Boom, boom. Nice, Natasha. So that should all land at one time. So think about here, here, same time. Nice, Chandler. So think about this guard here. All it's going to do is turn, and then it stays right there. This one is going to come here and drive straight up. You want to keep this pretty close because they're going to be like right here. If their kick is right here, their body's going to be right here. So you're just coming here. This one's blocking, and this one's punching. Boom. Yeah. Just like an uppercut punch here. Boom. So keep your guard out, Laura. So here, here, and then strike. Nice. Just think about keeping that guard up, Chuck. So here, so it ends there. Yeah. Boom. Roundhouse is coming in. I'm going to block. Uppercut. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And that uppercut, like it's coming almost at a little bit of an angle, but I really should be almost right up against his body because I'm rolling right down his kick. And it should be just like right there in front of me. Boom. Nice, Terry. And if you haven't switched legs yet, go ahead and switch legs. So your right leg is forward, front hand comes to guard, just turns over, uppercut, strike. Yep, Natasha, so yeah, that was good. Just think about here as you come in, boom, and then strike just like we wrapped up. Because from here, like if I block his kick and I uppercut, his guard should be right here. like I should be punching right around his guard. So that means his hand is right here. So when I do this, I can be grabbing his hand and then striking as I come down. Pulling that hand back, striking. So I block the kick, grab the hand, and strike. But I don't get any of that if I don't move that hand forward. So here, block, uppercut, strike. Nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, Johnny, just straight out. I mean, you could do this one if he was coming down with like a super high, like downward roundhouse. You could do that, but for this one, just keeping it right here. Good. So Chandler, think of that uppercut here, and then here. So your bicep is up. You're punching this way. Yeah, your fist is this way as you're driving up and in. Here. Yeah, so like if my guard was here and you uppercut, you can come right through to the chin. If I'm turned, because I would be here, then the uppercut could come straight up and through into the solar plexus or into the groin, because I'm turned over for the kick. And I can just step right in and do that uppercut right to the body and then come down with a strike. Yeah. Yeah, nice. So here. Okay, Leah, let's see yours. Good? Yep, just make sure that you're like really striking them, not just like, yeah. Doesn't do a whole lot. It's really like, gotta break the neck. Nice, Chuck. Okay, and ready stance. Out! So, like really like the open hand techniques, for the most part, they involve a lot of grabs and grabbing and pulling and striking. When you have one open and one closed, especially in forms, it's like in Washington, which I have the video done, so I'll try and post it tonight for Washington, for anybody doing Washington. But anytime that you're doing this hand is grabbing and pulling into you as this hand is striking. And like in that opening move of George Washington, you're grabbing here and then you're coming in and you're striking. And so you're grabbing you're grabbing the dough block, you're grabbing the arm, and you're pulling them as you strike up against the carotid and then punching through. But a lot of times whenever you see kind of this move, usually this means that you're grabbing something, and this means you're striking something. So like practically, when you're sparring, don't just think about like, hi-ya, like we had a guy from Thorbeck's, and he did a lot of open hand, and he'd just come in like, hi, 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 hi. And it's like, well, you know, that might be good for getting a point, but it's really not going to knock me out. Whereas if you grab the head and then come in, then it's going to knock you out or break your jaw. Or if you grab the arm and you come in here and strike, same idea, you're going to get a lot more out of it than if you're just like doing like this knife thing with your hands. So, so we're just going to wrap up with forms and really want to focus on the advanced white belts tonight so that we're kind of getting ready for Dosan. Make sure you guys are going on that. So everybody else can work on their form, and I'll work on the advanced white belts first, and then check out Chandler's real quick, and then try and get everybody else. And if you haven't already gotten on the Facebook page on the group, the class members group, I have ePlurvis and Dosan on there, so you can look at Dosan on there too. Okay, so let's see Dosan. So let's see yours, Deline, since I'm on your screen. Don't know Dosan. Okay. Are you on the class members Facebook page? You're muted, so I'm not getting all of that. I was getting the unmute. Okay, now I can hear you.
I just joined like a day or two ago.
Okay, good. So
I haven't even looked, I haven't watched it yet at all.
okay, so we'll just go through the first move then. So everybody that's advanced white belt can pay attention to this. So we do a hammer fist block, so we're blocking with that outside ridge arm. And the idea is that like ePlurvis was like fundamental like stances, fundamental to punch, not a whole lot of like timing as a self-defense aspect of it. And so Dosan, what we want to try and work on is like incorporating like how that would actually work in real life. And so like the very first opening move, if you watch any of the YouTube videos on Dosan, it's very bouncy for one because it's sine wave. They come from General Choi's, Choi Hung High School, and they do sine wave, which is really bouncy. But they'll also do, like the very first move, they do two moves. So they're here, and they do like the block, and they do some kind of like walking stance, which is like in between everything. But they'll do here, and then they'll do here. And practically, if I block you, you're either going to keep coming or you're going to move out of the way. And I really won't have time to block and then punch you 2 or 3 seconds later, especially when I do here and then I do here. Like it's really powerful, but you're going to be gone. And so what we want to try and do is practically, how would I block and punch you? I would block and punch you. And so you're trying to incorporate that into this next form where it's like the timing of the practical aspect of it along with the form and the moves for the form. Okay, so the very first move, we're going to wrap up, or we're going to go to ready stance, and then we're going to wrap up like we would for a low block. So this one is palm down, this one is palm to the ear. We're going to step out with the left foot into a forward stance as we do a hammer fist block. So the hammer fist block is coming here and blocking down, just like our third move in 3-step sparring where we come here and down. This one is just coming this way. So same thing here or here. And so we're going to wrap up like we're going to go to a low block, step our left leg out into forward stance, block, punch. And the idea is that that punch lands when the foot lands. So here, wrap up, block, punch. And back to ready stance, wrap up, block, punch. Good. And ready stance. And block punch, go. Nice. So think about here, turning this over so that this is hitting, and then punch. So you're punching like right over the top of that block. You're clearing either their punch or their guard out of there, punching over the top. Okay? Good. One more time. So Laura, think about a little bit lower. So not up here, here, here. And make sure you're doing it too, Aaliyah. Better forward stance. Don't lean into it. Push off that back leg. You need a wider stance, Aaliyah. Let's go. Okay, so the second move to lean. So we're here in our ready stance, wrap up, we go to the left. We come back, we keep our legs bent, and we step back to ready stance width so that we're still right on that center line. If I was here and I made a line right underneath my center and I go out and then I come all the way over, now I've come off my center line. So like that pattern that it draws on the floor would be a different character than what we want it to say. So come back to ready stance width, knees are bent. We're going to do the same exact thing to the other side. Wrap up for like a low block, hammer fist block, reverse punch. Good. So then from here, we're going to step that front foot back to, again, ready stance width, or about halfway back, and keep the legs bent. So we step back, transition the weight to this foot here, and step out into an L stance, and we're going to do a stomach-y. So it's pretty much just like your guard is coming out, is how we do this one. Some schools will do it more where it's like more of an outside block. We just do here and stomach-y, or just like you would for that hammer fist block. The same kind of motion. So here, step halfway back, hands go out. This one is palm down, this one is palm up. And you want it at least to your shoulder. If you can kind of go a little bit farther, that's good, but you don't want to turn the shoulder over too much by reaching here, because I still want to keep this position with my hips to the side, and then step out. L stance, stomach-y. Okay, so back to ready stance. And just the first move. 1, help! 2, help! Good. 3, help! So step halfway back, hands go out, and then open hands coming out this way. So here, here. Both of them are open. This one is flat, right by your solar plexus. Should be able to hold like a cup of tea, cup of water there. Yep, and then back to ready stance. And 1, out! 2, out! And 3, out! Good. So Aaliyah, think about, right here. You don't really want to turn the hand over and turn the arm over, especially. If you come here and you just turn the wrist, like I'm really not changing the arm position, this isn't too bad. But as soon as I turn over and I turn the shoulder, then I've lost all the power in that. So here, here. Good. Okay, and then just by yourself, run through those first 3 moves really quick, and I'll look at Chandler's first couple of moves. So low block Chandler, so make sure that's a little bit lower. It's like down by your leg here. Good, nice. And you're in an L stance, so one foot is this way, the other foot is that way. Low block. Okay, keep going. Okay, so here's your Chandler ready stance, and then step and low block. Reach and grab. Nope, same hand that low blocked. So block, grab, pull back to a riding stance, punch with the key up. Help! Nice, yeah. Yeah, so that riding stance, sitting nice and down into it, toe straight ahead, punching, make sure that one's on the hip nice and tight. Okay, back to ready stance. And go, help! So step into fighting stance, low block. Nice. Good. Make sure the weight's on the back leg. There you go. Grab and punch. Go. Good. Yeah, make sure that, boom, yeah, the step and the punch land at the same time. So from here, good. Okay, one more time. So make sure that weight's on the back leg. And really emphasize like I'm here, low block, I'm grabbing, pull back, punch with the kid. Help! Nice, good. Yep, weight on the back. So as you step out into this L stance, you're almost thinking of just like from here, you're just dropping down. And I'm just dropping down to this. I'm really not putting my weight forward. So that this is, my shoulder is still almost right over my knee, just in front of my knee, not over here. Is that a hi, Mr. Newkirk? Or is that a, ooh, really, really hot? Okay, so one more time, Chandler. Weight on the back. Yeah, really working on that weight on the back. Okay, run through that a couple of times. Okay, so advanced white belt. Back to ready stance. Help! And first move, 1, help! 2, help! 3, help! And then 4, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a double elbow strike to the back, and then the palms are flat here, and then we're going to, that's in a cat stance, so here, step up cat stance, double elbow strike, step up stance, and spear hand. So we're spearing with the fingers here, pow. And this one is going to be blocking punch coming in, and this one's spearing over the top of the punch. Like a really good spot to spear as you're blocking over a punch is right here, right into that artery actually. So here, spear hand. You also can spear hand right to the solar plexus here. So really getting this in there as well. So here, this one's coming in, blocking, and striking. It's not coming here and just out. Really thinking about trap block. Okay? So here, strike. Okay, so back to ready stance. And 1, 2, help! 3, help! 4, help! And spear hand. So, yeah, so you would be here. Really thinking about this is stabbing in. Okay, and one more time from ready stance. And 1, help! 2, help! 3, help! 4, help! And keep going all the way through the spear hand. Nice. Good. Okay, so work on that. And Chandler, we'll go to your second move. So make sure you emphasize the grab. So here, low block, grab. Yeah. Two kind of separate moves. And really if you're grabbing them and their foot is out, their foot should be right beside your foot. And so as you're grabbing them, you're pulling their foot off the ground and you're pulling them in, throwing them as you punch them in the face as they're kind of coming by. So really emphasize that grab, punch. Okay, so from here, key up on the punch, help! And then we're going to block the attack coming in from the left. So we're going to wrap up for a low block, turn that front foot over, shift the weight back to our fighting stance as we go into that low block. Then we're going to step that front foot over and forward, reverse punch. So both feet should be facing forward, hips are forward, punching to the solar plexus. Okay, from here we're going to step up into a cat stance. So feet just come side by side, and this one is not planted, so it's kind of up on the ball of the foot. And we're going to reach through left hand grabs, step all the way through with the same leg, the right leg, and high punch. Okay, now back to ready stance. And low block, help! And grab punch, help! And block, help! Okay, don't turn over though. Yeah, so basically your hips, right here, both my hips are forward. All I'm doing is turning this foot over. This foot stays right here. I'm just rotating around the ball of the foot. So this leg doesn't move, and then you just pull it back just a little bit from 50-50 in your riding stance to 60-40 low block. Still having that chest to the side, groin is back, not turned over, blocking. Step over and forward, punch. Come up, cat stance, left hand grabs, step through, and punch. Good, back to ready stance. And low block, help! Grab punch, help! And low block, help! And punch, help! Nice. Step up, grab, help! Step out, punch. Nice. Okay, work on those. Okay, let's see Patricia's. Okay, so Patricia, do just the first two stomakis. So, yep, and you need a little bit deeper stance. There you go, yeah, because really thinking about like this has to be really powerful. So when you're not in a deep stance, your hips aren't engaged as much as when you're just a little bit farther down. Okay, and go. And the twin block, go. You have right hand on top, yeah, okay? Okay, and go. So there, think about here, and then as you're coming into this, hands go up, and then out. So this should always wrap from here. Yeah, nice and extended, and then in. And really using those shoulders. This one comes here and is either helping this arm around. You don't really want to just leave it so much floating. I was more taught floating, but really it's better if it's up against, helping this one out here, or you're striking as you come up here, you're like uppercut striking as you block them. But here, nice and tight. Okay, go. Okay, so pause there. So you're here. As you go to this next move, like here's this person, right? If I just took his guard out, or this one can hit to the side of the head, it can also come in more straight. But however it is, this here is doing something to this person. So I have to think about this is actually a strike. So if it's taking his guard out and his guard is right here, as I do this, I'm trapping his guard and I'm pulling his hand in as I am kneeing him right in the face. Boom. And then I'm out with this leg, side kick this guy, grab the back of his head, and elbow to the head, or elbow to the chest, either one. Good? Okay, keep going. So again, there, really thinking about that's a strike. So I'm coming here, boom. He is right here, because I kick him, but then I step in. And I'm either here or here, but his body has to be right here, wherever this elbow is. So like if you think about he's right here, again, I'm grabbing him, and I am knee and pulling. And so this has to be more of a strike, pulling back, and I'm coming back to the front. So the same exact position here as here. So whichever way I was facing front is the same way. And then go into that one. Go. Okay, and then think about not completely straight on the arm. This one would go pretty straight because I'm going to be striking that knife hand. But then as I strike this knife hand, if I go straight, my arm's in danger. So it's slightly bent so that I'm getting a lot of the chest muscle in there as well when I'm doing that strike. And then this one comes up at the same time. Good, go. Okay, so that needs to be down farther. So, not up, yeah, really getting down into it. Go. Nice. Yep, good job, Patricia. Okay, check Chandler's out one more time. Nice, Chandler, good. Good, okay, so last one there. So you grab, you punch, they grab your hand, you want your hand back. So you step up together. The same hand that you have forward that's grabbed would be your right hand. You would kick with the same leg. So if I come off of here, punch, grab with the left, punch with the right. I would be right foot forward, right punch out. Step up with the left leg, kick with the right leg, pull a punch in the leg back at the same time. So it'll be the same side that you have, the same punch, so your right hand, the same kick, so your right leg. So yeah, so you'd step up together, kick, back. Then we're going to do a double grab here and break. Yeah, so you're grabbing the shoulders, you're pulling back, the head's hitting the chest, and snapping the neck back, breaking the neck. Good. So there, the toes should be together. So after you kick here, this steps down so that the toes are together. Grab, break. Okay, run through that a couple of times. Okay, so advanced white belts. So moving on. So from ready stance. And 1, help! 2, help! 3, help! Make sure you don't step all the way back to lean, just halfway. So halfway back when you step back to go to smocky. 4, help! Yep, yeah. Flat down with the hand. Okay, so the next one, so you spear hand this guy. He actually grabbed your wrist. So you're going to break the grab, just like we would do the grab breaking out of a grab here. It's like if they grab you on this side, I would break. and I would pull out between the thumb and the finger, right? So the same idea is that I'm going to pull, and then just like we would pull out this way, I'm going to pull it right into myself here, into the back of my butt. So here, pull, and then come through all the way around and back fist as you're stepping forward. So we're here, and we should have left foot forward, or let's see here now. Right foot forward. So right foot forward, right hand out. Break, wrap up for back fist, step around to the front, and back fist. So the same direction that you were going, Deline. So here, I'm striking here, right foot forward, right hand forward. Break the grab. I'm going to actually step forward. Just come around and through. Back fist. Yeah. And then step the back leg forward and through to a forward stance. Back fist with a key up. Help! Nice. Okay, back to ready stance. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the palm down, Deline. There you go. 5. And make sure you're in a forward stance. So Terry, you need to turn over from here to here. Yeah, chest completely to the front. So you're still turned over. Pull the shoulders back and around. There you go. Yeah. So really taking advantage of that hip coming through with that back fist. Okay, and then one more stepping forward, back fist with the key up. Ho! Make sure the chest is to the front. There you go. Nice. Okay, good. So run through that a couple of times, and then you guys can be done for the night. So break the grab, Laura. Spin. Stepping around to the front. Back fist. Should be in a forward stance. Yeah. So I'd be here, break, step around, back fist. Good, in a forward stance. So you're kind of turned over like this. Yeah, yeah. And then one more. Help! Forward stance. Pull the shoulders back. And think about this one here. You want to keep this slightly bent. This is at solar plexus level. And then this one, you have to have enough room so it's not right up against it. You want enough room that you're able to cushion if this comes up instead of right up against it. Okay, go. So spear hand, break, all the way around to a forward stance. Back fist. Step, back fist. Good, yeah. Yikes. We're actually at, this is what happens when you don't have a clock. You can't actually tell it's past 8. Okay, so, great work, everybody. Chandler, make sure you get on the class members page, and you'll be able to see that form and walk through it. Really good job tonight, everybody, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Attention, out! Bow, out! Have a good evening. Sarah, did you need to run through anything on your form?